I know that a lot of people come over to France because they're interested in the war. You don't have to go too far away from Calais to find that out. This is a trip within 20 miles of Calais. I hope you enjoy it. Calais War Museum. The Calais area suffered badly during World War II. Its museum is situated in a bunker formerly used by the wartime German Navy as a command post. A total of 20 rooms displaying a large number of interesting objects relating to the conflict in the area, including uniforms and equipment, posters and photographs. This can be found in the gardens opposite the Hôtel de Ville. On the way from Calais to Boulogne, you come across an ugly concrete gun turret that stands on the picturesque Cap Grisnez and was part of Hitler's formidable line of defences around the North French coast, the so-called Atlantic Wall. The 21 German soldiers it housed had the job of bombarding the coast of Kent with 35-metre-long cannons. This is the battery which bombarded the coast of Dover and Folkestone. The original of this plaque from Battery Todd was presented to Dover Council and now stands on the promenade. There were two of these giant gun emplacements, and if you go a kilometre around the road, you'll come to the other one. This one isn't a museum, it's been left as it stood after the war. The German researched to develop secret weapons between 1930 and 1942. The German rocket scientists set two unofficial research projects on the drawing board as early as the 1930s. A pilotless plane or robot bomb and a long-range rocket. The Nazis were sufficiently impressed to give their leader Werner von Braun a rocket base and test firing range at on the Baltic coast. By 1937, Both projects were being developed by the Nazi government. In 1940, it seemed that Germany had almost won the war. There was little urgency for new weapons, and Britain stood alone, but refused to be defeated. The Nazis tried to crush the RAF fighter plane resistance in the Battle of Britain. They tried to snap Britain's will to fight by bombing cities in the Blitz. Both caused terrible damage but failed. Operation Sea Lion, the German plan to invade Britain, was cancelled. Only then did Hitler give top priority to long-range rocket projects. Thousands of people were sent to work at Peramunda, most of them slave labourers. Test firing the new fourth version rocket began in March 1942, and its fourth launch in October 1942 was successful. When Hitler heard the news, he gave the immediate go-ahead for mass production of rockets, and to build concrete launching bunkers in the Pass de Calais region. Prisoners were brought from all over Germany and Europe from concentration camps to work in two teams day and night. It was late 1943 when the Germans started constructing Le Couple, or the Dome. near Saint-Omer in northern France. The site had two main functions. It was a launch pad as well as a storage bunker for V-2 rockets, which had England as their primary target. Some 500 Soviet prisoners were forced to dig out a total of 7 kilometers of corridors. Hidden in an oak quarry, this huge domed structure was dedicated to produce and launch V-2 rockets during World War II. The Nazis wanted to bomb London with V-2 rockets launched from the north of France. The rockets were fueled with liquid oxygen, so in order to reduce the losses of that precious fuel during its transportation, the Nazis decided to build huge bomb-proof accessibility and launch facilities close to Saint-Omer city. Thus, the work on Le Couple was, in January 1944, an enormous concrete dome, or La Couple, was built over the top of the factory, giving the site its name. The dome was 71 meters in diameter, 5 meters thick, and weighing an estimated 55,000 tons. Following Allied bombing in June 1944, that severity damaged the site. It was closed down in July 1944 before it was completed, and before it had fired one single rocket.